Well, happening today, a few dozen parents showing up at the Mobile County Public School Board meeting. They're protesting the district's mask mandate. Tyler Fingert is live in Mobile with the details on this. And Tyler, some of the parents argue it should be their choice. All right, Tyler, we'll continue to follow that story. According to investigators, a man cutting his grass last night was hit and killed. We're told the driver of the vehicle lost control and ran off the road. The deadly crash happened on Lot Road near Chunchula, Georgetown at around 6 o'clock. 2 people were inside that wrecked vehicle too. A firefighter on the scene telling Fox News one of them was thrown from the vehicle and had to be flown to the hospital for treatment. Officers say the other passenger had to be cut out of the car and was taken to the hospital by ambulance. Alabama state troopers are investigating the cause. We will continue to bring you updates on air and on fox10tv.com. Well, a Fairhope man already charged twice in Baldwin County with aggravated criminal surveillance, now charged with the same thing in Mobile. Patrick Heron was denied bond this morning after prosecutors say he snuck into a women's bathroom at a local church last month and then took pictures of 2 women. Our Hal Sherrick catching up with the prosecutors on both sides of the bay. He's joining us live now to sort all of this out. And Hal, I heard you on the phone. You found out a lot, and most of that was that, Heron was in Mobile at the time because of a court order.
Yeah, that's right, Lenise.
We had some rain out there this afternoon on this Monday. You saw some wet streets too from Hal's live shot. So meteorologist Matt Barentine is joining me now with whether we're going to see any more rain, because it just makes it sticky out there.
Yeah, it's super humid. It's air you can wear.
Yes.
It's August.
A lot of people were out this past weekend enjoying Ligon Park for canoe and kayak day. The paddles and oars were in hand. A lot of people rowing out there, going around Ligon Lake, making use of the canoes and kayaks free of charge. District 7 Council Representative Gina Gregory says that this has been in the works for quite some time. All right, thanks, Jen. The highly contagious Omicron variant is proving to be less severe than the previous strands. Hospitals are filling up, though, with mostly patients who are not vaccinated. All of this, plus more backlash for the CDC over guidelines for its isolation after infection. The American Medical Association saying the guidance is confusing and risks spreading the virus even more. And all of this is coming in with the average of new COVID cases remaining over 500,000. 1 in every 6 Americans testing positive since the pandemic started. All of that information is according to Johns Hopkins University. On this green line here, that is for the United States. Let's go to Chris Wynn now with the latest.
In the fight against...
All right, taking a look outside on this Friday Eve. Well, earlier today we had a little bit of sunshine out there. Now, not so much. You never know what the weather is going to bring as we usher in another work day here. Meteorologist Jennifer Lambers is tracking it all for us, and we had a little bit of sun, then some rain. Now what you just saw out there.
Today we're celebrating Fat Tuesday here in Mobile. I'm from Michigan, and today back home it's called Punchy Day. And so this is how you spell it, and It's pronounced Punchy. And basically on this day, it's a day for you to fatten up because it's a day for Lent, so you get to eat all the junk that you want. And these are loaded jelly-filled donuts. It's a Polish tradition. There's a large Polish population in Michigan. So I have raspberry-filled and cream-filled. You can take your pick.
Which one's better?
They're all delicious.
Okay, we're gonna try the cream-filled.
How heavy is that? It's
that
so
is
heavy.
Big,
dense. I know. But so yeah, I have seen these now in stores locally.
Really?
Yes. So this tradition
on.
is making its way down to Mobile, and just goes to show everyone wants to celebrate.
It's been such a beautiful day. The weather has been gorgeous. We had an opportunity to see some of the parades as they were wrapping up. But speaking of parades, going on right now is a very big one.
Yes, our Lee Pack is live on Church Street for the Mamga Parade. So Lee, fill us in.
Hey, Lenise and Shelby, I'm getting pelted with stuff as the Mamba Parade continues to roll behind us here on Church Street.
All right. That was pretty exciting. So Lee is nicknamed Mr. Mardi Gras, right? Because he gets into this, and he had that bear that he was holding, tossed it off to someone. That was pretty sweet. But he was getting pelted, too, with a lot of the throws. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, that's part of it. You know, you think that we're doing our jobs out here. Maybe they won't throw and hit us, but they don't care. They throw things our way, but we love it. We love to collect those beads and everything else as well. It's been such a fun day. Lee and I have been out here all morning long.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, covering, you know, the Order of Athena, kicking things off, and then we had the Knights of Revelry, King Felix, and the Comic Cowboys. So it's been a busy day. Lots of good throws out there. I caught so many wonderful things.
All right. Well, I haven't had that opportunity yet, but looking forward to it. I can tell you someone who probably has been in some of the midday Fat Tuesday parades that we're seeing out there with all the action. It has been jam-packed. The party is back in full force after that long hiatus with the pandemic, and our Dacian Smith has been right in the middle of it all.
Okay, so when you open a bag of chips and you realize it's only half full, disappointment. And you might be seeing more of this lately, and it's not just with chips. More and more products are shrinking in size and quantity. We're talking everything being slimmed down. Your toilet paper, less cookies in the bag, to less conditioner too. Industry experts say the record levels of inflation are costing companies more to produce those items, so they can either raise the price or give you less. It's called shrinkflation, and it is frustrating, as you might imagine. Price increases are not fun, though. It's a last resort for companies, and they say it could actually cause more demand for the product. Half the bag. A brave state trooper's selfless sacrifice ends in a potentially dangerous situation unfolding near a military road race, and the entire thing was caught on camera. Jeremy Roth now with today's Take a Look at This. Magnolia School in Foley had quite the day. Several professionals from various industries were at the school for its Read Across America Career Day. It was an opportunity to share a love for reading with the students, and it gave them a chance to learn about different careers. I was there reading to Mrs. Gabber's first grade class. The students were so appreciative and very attentive. I'm looking forward already to next year's event.
Well, this one goes out to all the ladies. Today is your day. It's International Women's Day. It's a call to action to continue fighting for women's equality, to take a close look at what still has to be done to create a world that's diverse, equitable, and inclusive.
Well, it's also a chance to recognize how far women have come, and then an opportunity to celebrate you and all the ways that you show up in your life and for your friends, too. This is a day that has been marked for more than 100 years, started back in 1911.
Oh, wow. And so, Lenise, what woman in your life would you like to celebrate on this day?
You know, I was talking to our producer about that, Cammie, and the list is long. More than anything, though, as I told you a few minutes ago, I'm reminded of Maya Angelou's poem, Phenomenal Woman, because to me that summarizes everything that a woman is.
I love that.
All right, want to take a live look outside. First up, we're going to talk about the weather. After days of red flags, yellow flags are back, flapping in the wind there. That's on Alabama beaches, though. It still means the rip currents are possible. The conditions have calmed a little. Rough, though, along Pensacola shores, where you do have red flags still flying there. I want to bring in meteorologist Matt Barentine in for Jen today. And Matt, a lot of people at the beach right now. I mean, look at the shot.
Yeah, I was just looking at the traffic tracker, 59's parking lot right now in Gulf Shores. So it's pretty crowded down there. The good news is conditions are improving down at our beaches, and they will continue.
Right, thanks, Matt. You've got sadness along the Gulf Coast following the death of Baldwin County Sheriff Deputy William Bill Smith. He died while saving a man off the coast of Fort Morgan on Sunday, and then less than 3 days later, another drowning in that same area. As our Ashton Irons explains, this is all raising concern.
Chelsea Smart and her family are.
And if you are in the area on a vacation, take note of the latest rip current risks. Both the City of Gulf Shores and the Volunteer Fire Department have that information on their websites. In honor of fallen Deputy Bill Smith, the governor is directing all flags be flown at half-staff on Saturday, the day of his funeral. Visitation is from 12:30 until 2 before the funeral at 2 o'clock. Both are going to be at the Baldwin County Coliseum on Fairground Road in Robertsdale. Fox 10 News will be providing special coverage there. And after there's a short procession through the town of Robertsdale, that'll start at about 4 o'clock. It'll go from the Coliseum to Highway 59, then north on 59, ending at Central Baldwin Middle School. If you can't go to the service, you can pay your respects by lining the route of the procession. We have the information for you posted on fox10tv.com. Continuing coverage now from Mobile. After nearly a month of being docked along Mobile River, the newly christened USS Mobile is headed home to San Diego. The captain and crew have been docked at Austell since its commissioning, training and making final preparations. But today it was time to say goodbye. The USS Mobile built in the port city right here at Austell. And that is rare because it's not every day that you see a ship designed, built and commissioned in the same city as its name. Coming up at 5, you're going to hear from some locals who say the ship is as special to them as well. A breaking news update right now. Do you remember this video? Well, new at 4, that guy who right there slaps French President Emmanuel Macron has been sentenced to 18 months in prison. But the 28-year-old will only serve 4 months behind bars. The rest of that sentence was suspended. The medieval history and martial arts enthusiast telling the court he did what he did because the president, he said, stood for all that was rotten with the country. Prosecutors say they don't believe the act was not premeditated.
We've had a good first full day here in the UK. Prime Minister Johnson and I had a very productive meeting. We discharged and discussed a broad range of issues on which the United Kingdom and the United States are working in very close cooperation.
President Biden's first foreign trip, bringing him face-to-face with UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson, who he once called a Trump clone. Biden facing an uphill battle to reassert American leadership with key allies. Isabel Rosales looks at the key conversations with world leaders ahead of a high-stakes meeting with Russia.
President Joe Biden's debut on the world stage. For the first time, he meets.
We've got your COVID coverage now. A second vaccine option for adolescents? Maybe. Moderna has asked the FDA for emergency use authorization of its vaccine for 12 to 17-year-olds. The company reporting last month the trial of more than 3,700 people in that age range showed none of the participants who got the vaccine got COVID starting 14 days after that second dose. The FDA approving Pfizer's request for its shot. The two companies' vaccines are similar, both using mRNA technology to boost immunity to that virus. Many experts consider vaccinating younger people as soon as possible. They say that's very important in fighting this virus as school gets ready for in-person learning in the fall. Well, coming up at 5, the I-10 Mobile River Bridge back on the table. Both sides now of the bay giving the go-ahead. But when is construction going to start? And how long until federal funding runs out? A live report with all that information for you coming up in about an hour from now at 5 o'clock.